Nightshade could be the only bikini-wearing super scientist to ever appear in the comics. Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I make art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and to leave your feedback in the comments. I post art daily, 5 days a week on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is a roundup of some of that work in case you missed it, with a little more detailed description added. You can read my Una the Cave Bunny comics free at radiocomics.com, and my one-shot comic called Searchers is available at burningstarcomics.net. Visit my Patreon page if you'd like to support my work. There's a growing gallery of art and comics to see and enjoy. All these links are in my description and bio, so please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. This is one of the small Sharpie sketches I put in the package with my eBay winners. This was a character called Nightshade who appeared in Captain America back in the 70s. So in the little Sharpie sketches, I'll try to just sort of have a little fun with it, kind of make a gag, or just do something that kind of reveals who the character is. Here's the finished version of Nightshade that I did on craft paper and sold on eBay. Well, she had a werewolf serum. That was kind of what she was famous for at the beginning. And I have her holding a syringe of the werewolf serum, and there's a werewolf standing behind her who's kind of hunched over. Maybe he looks like sort of a regular wolf, but he's there to represent the Wolfman stuff. I think in later versions of Nightshade, they kind of made her sort of a super genius, and they removed all the weird character traits that she had. You can see that she wore this black leather bikini, and she just was sort of very childish and petulant at the beginning, which made her a lot more interesting and distinctive from many of the villainesses that you would see in comics. But this was in the 70s, and characters tended to show a lot more skin in comics in the 70s, but Nightshade showed a lot more even than was usual for the time. Nightshade first appeared in Captain America 164, which I bought off the spinner rack in the drugstore, when it was first published. And it was drawn by an artist called Alan Weiss, who was really, it was very untypical for Captain America comic art at the time. It was more of a horror approach that he had. As a kid, I didn't particularly like it at the time. I was used to a more slick approach that was taken with superheroes, but very good artist. A stunning depiction of Nightshade that you didn't see in superhero comics at the time, and so I do remember the issue and the character. From the Notebook of Unused Concepts, this is Honey, the possum girl, who was supposed to be the heroine of kind of the swamp-based comic that I was going to do. I was drawing a lot of stuff for the comic magazine Furlough, which at the time was published by Radio Comics, and I was kind of looking for something new, kind of trying to draw characters that were reflecting what I was learning about cartooning at the time. So this was not a final character sheet. It was just, I was sketching out different ideas that I had, kind of nailing down her look, her costume, and some of the weapons that she carried around. So also stuck in there is a picture of Elastigirl from The Incredibles that I just, for some reason, I can't remember why. I just drew her looking over her shoulder at her butt and commenting on it. And for the life of me, I cannot remember why exactly I tossed it in there. But sometimes the sketching process, you're sitting there, just whatever comes into your head, you're drawing. And then when you're not drawing, you're thinking. And sometimes you're drawing something and you're thinking of something else. And I guess that was the case here. If I'm drawing and painting cave bunnies, I usually like to say that if I put that little scar on her cheek, then it actually is my character Una the Cave Bunny. But if I don't, we can't be sure. So this one, I guess, I have to say is Una, because she does have the scar. And this was the cropped version that I posted. Here is the whole version of this that I painted in Photoshop. It doesn't have Una's standard costume on, but that's kind of the point. I'm just trying variations, and I want to just sort of keep, I don't know, keep my imagination flowing into the idea. This was one of the last paintings that I painted in Photoshop, just because I moved on to other like mobile painting programs that I ended up using. But I sure do remember and kind of miss some of those great brushes in Photoshop. I never bought specialty brushes. I just used the ones that came with the standard version of the Photoshop that I was using. So the idea was to use the brushes as brushes, not trying to make, you know, you can see I'm using the leaf brush back there, but I wasn't really trying to use it to make leaves on a tree. I was trying to use it as a brush to kind of just suggest leaves in a foresty type background. I'm pretty sure, I think I ended up using this as one of the PC wallpapers that I give to my patrons. I'd like to thank you, my subscribers, and especially my new subscribers. I'm very happy you enjoy hearing something more about the work that I'm doing, and I hope the videos are entertaining, and I really hope you can come back for more.